Dream Team, it's your boy D Neal back with another reaction video, guys. Here we are with the Daily Show, John Oliver's Australia and gun control's aftermath. Before we dive into this, I need y'all to dive into that subscribe button, ring the notification bell, get a video a thumbs up so it gets suggested. Social media, Patreon, all up top. You don't subscribe to any of it, put all the links in the description. All you gotta do is hit the link, follow me, talk to me. I love talking to you guys, and I'm human. I talk back. You guys got a favorite video suggestion, you can subscribe to Patreon or drop it in the comment section. Oh my God!
Welcome back. We continue tonight our series from Australia. John Oliver learned that following a mass shooting in Australia, the country introduced gun control, and it worked. So how can America take this valuable lesson and ignore it? John Oliver finds out in this, our final installment.
He said, how can America take this valuable lesson and ignore it?
This valuable lesson and ignore it. John Oliver finds out in this, our final installment.
Previously, I went to Australia, where I learned that in 1996, their government enacted sweeping gun control laws. The result, reduced gun violence and zero mass shootings. So are there any lessons for America here? Virginia gun advocate Philip Van Cleve has a clear answer.
We're not Australia. It's a very different culture. Different people, different everything.
Right, there's no similarity with Australia. Australia is a former British colony with a wild frontier that was tamed by brave men who also wiped out almost an entire indigenous population. And we are not similar to that.
Very similar to that. Very similar.
Not similar to that. Right?
Right.
Right, because unlike Australia, we Americans know when the guns are taken away, tyranny inevitably follows.
The Founding Fathers knew that governments tend to grow beyond their means. In America, we're stepping in the direction of a police state.
Is that really happening, Philip, or is that some kind of crazy paranoia?
We have police, they're now wearing ninja suits, if you will. I mean, you don't even know they're police necessarily. They got the black masks on and everything.
So it really isn't crazy paranoia. You're justifiably frightened about ninja police.
Yeah, ninja police, yes.
Yeah, ninja police.
Yes.
Bro, how much y'all pay Philip to say this stuff, bro? Because yeah, Philip is a paid actor. Philip is a paid actor. Philip don't seriously believe this. Y'all ain't finna get it.
Ninja police. Yes.
Yeah, ninja police.
Yes. Yeah.
Sadly, without access to semi-automatic firearms, Australians wouldn't know a thing about real freedom.
Bloody oath we're free. We just sit here doing whatever we want. Everybody's just hanging out and having a good time.
People don't have the same concerns anymore about getting gunned down when they're at a tourist resort.
Yeah, but was that worth it?
Yes.
Was it worth giving up your fundamental freedoms just to not get shot in a gun massacre?
What are you talking about?
Australians must now live in this well-regulated nightmare because of ex-politicians like Rob Borbidge, who smugly thinks that his country has something to teach us.
I hope that they would have a look at what has happened here.
Yes.
Why would people want to live like this?
Because they might want a safer society to live in.
But it's pointless for us to study.
It works. It's worked. I'm just saying, why can we try it? Can we try to be like Australia? It worked so well for them. They had guns. They had gun massacres. Got rid of guns. No gun massacres. It seems like simple math to me. It just seems like simple math to me. Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe I'm the one who's tripping, guys. But I believe even if you don't get rid of guns, better gun laws, stricter gun laws.
A safer society to live in.
But it's pointless for us to study the Australian experience because their fear of gun control back then has no parallels with ours.
I mean, what kind of things were you hearing when you suggested gun control?
that a government was becoming a dictatorship.
All right, that's one.
We're told that people would not have the right to defend their property and their families.
Okay, that's definitely two.
The democracy is at stake somehow if the government decides there should be a background check.
Yeah, all right.
That
Three.
we're about to be invaded by
Yes.
the Indonesians.
That's completely different. No one in America is afraid of Indonesians. Are they afraid of Mexicans and Muslims coming? Maybe. Sure, he claims Australians were angry, but where is the proof?
People's rights are being taken away from them.
And I'm not going to give up any guns that they're going to take off me. Are you going to give yours up?
Okay, there it is. But how do those angry rural Conservatives feel now?
My immediate reaction was that it was an overreaction, but as time went on, the regulations were quite manageable.
So, hold on. You didn't want to give up your high-powered gun?
No, but I felt as if I had a bit of a duty to the rest of our society.
And if you think that sounds bat crazy, this effective gun control was enacted by Conservative politicians against the will of their own base.
There's no other way. There is no other way.
But our politicians are different.
Shout out Australia, man. Shout out Australia. No, that these you have this big group of people who didn't want to give up their guns for the same reasons that we say we don't want to give up our guns. But over time, after the guns were taken, it was more beneficial than harmful. That's all I'm saying. I'm just saying why can't we take a page out the Australian book? I mean, we know why. Because of profits. We know it. At the end of the day, it's the USA. It's going to come down to money. NRA funds a lot of campaigns. And you know what I'm saying? We're not going to get rid of guns because it comes down to money at the end of the day. But Australia does it right. They put people over money, and it's working for them.
Base.
There's no other way. There is no other way.
But our politicians are different. They know that
gun control doesn't work.
Or even if it does,
it takes a long time.
And to be fair, John Howard and his Deputy Prime Minister Tim Fischer have had since 1996 to enact their sweeping reforms.
It took less than 3.5 months.
What? What?
Arthur Massacre was on the 28th of April 1996.
Yep.
In a 12-week period shortly following that, bulk of legislation was devised, drafted, debated and implemented.
But it doesn't work.
0 massacres since 1996.
Yeah, you keep saying that, but gun control doesn't work. So...
My head was spinning. I had to clear it the traditional Aussie way. Beer. No, not that way. A walkabout.
The Second Amendment is sacrosanct.
Political suicide. 0 massacres since 1996.
From my cold, my dead hand.
Ninja police.
It's a blooming onion.
So hungry.
Blooming onion.
Look at the kangaroo.
What the?
After 3 days in the bush with a guy in a kangaroo suit, it became clear what the real issue with gun control in America is.
If guns aren't the problem, Philip, what is the problem?
People.
People are the problem.
Yes.
Do you know what? After spending this amount of time with you, Philip, I'm starting to believe that that's partially true. Good.
Well, I'm glad you understand that people are the problem.
That is becoming just painfully obvious.
After investigating the issue...
That is becoming painfully obvious. Yes, people are the problem. I mean, you see, it's worked. And so all of this stuff about saying it doesn't work, it can't work, it won't work, it's worked. It has worked for other countries. It has worked in other places. But like I said, we know why America's going to keep their guns. Has nothing to do with safety, everything to do with money.
That is becoming just painfully obvious.
After investigating the issue on opposite sides of the earth, I discovered that if Americans really do want gun control, there is actually one thing they can do to get it. Move to Australia.
I love this so much.
John Oliver, we'll be right back.
I love that video so freaking much. That was perfect. That was perfect. That's all we got for this one. You guys got a favorite video suggestion? You can subscribe to Patreon or drop it in the comment section. Subscribe to the channel, ring notification bell, get a video a thumbs up so it gets suggested. Social media and Patreon are all up top. You want to subscribe to any of it, put all the links in the description. All you gotta do is hit the link, follow me, talk to me. Love talking to you guys. You guys are the most incredible team on YouTube. It's your boy Neal. Out.